So, welcome, mindful folk. I thought I'd do a short session to carry us through to the new weekly classes that'll start on the 17th of February. So, what I've been pondering is kind of where we go in February. So, we kind of January, we looked at um, areas that we might want to change in our life, or goals that we might want to set, or intentions, whether they be daily or looking further forward ahead for a project, or just a different type of ways of living. So that might be still resonant for you. So please continue revisiting that if you find that useful. So I thought this month we might apply or consider or explore this idea of um, how we become whole is the big theme, if you like. But within that, the role of witnessing our own experience. So I'm just going to do a short session with you to kind of introduce that, and we'll take that forward in the 2 weeks that we have together at the live classes for those that you can make it. So if you want to join me, then find your seat, whether that be on the floor or be on a chair of some kind, or if you prefer to lie down and find some comfort wherever your space is. And choosing whether you have the eyes closed or the eyes open, but certainly if they're open, then just trying to ensure a sort of soft gaze rather than a harsh or specific focus. And if you need to move to settle in, then have a kind of wobble, shake, shimmy from side to side, move the shoulders maybe, or have a yawn or a stretch of some kind to just waken up the body to be available to you as a resource for wakefulness, awareness, and presence. And from that place, then we go into somewhere that ideally is a little bit more still, so that we can experience ourselves in a potentially deeper way and explore what's going on in the way we want to. So having that intention, if you like, to explore what's going on in the whole of you. So let's kind of recognize, be aware of our whole body, whether that's sitting or lying, our whole body. So can we kind of feel and be present in our whole body? And how does it feel to be in your whole body? Back, front and sides, outsides, insides, clothes on body. How does that feel? How does it feel to have skin available to the air around you, cool, warm? And how's the breath within the body? How's the moving element, the fluid part of the body? What clues is the breath giving you of how you are in the moment? Are you feeling a bit drowsy? Are you feeling a bit distracted? Are you in a positive place, a neutral place, or a more difficult place? So just really doing this kind of check-in, whole body, sense of the breath without needing to change it, just being really interested in the quality of the breath and your state, if you like, your state of mind. Even if you say to yourself that you know you're in a positive state or a neutral state or a more challenging or difficult state. Just acknowledging the you, the now, the presence, and being mindful of that, aware of that. So drawing on any sense of feeling comfort, feeling safe, feeling grounded, feeling spacious. So we need a level of safety to explore the whole of us. We need to feel that we've got enough stability in our focus, while also enough openness to receive and allow. And noticing whether you're judging yourself through this process, that you're doing really well, or you're not doing well enough, or you can't focus, or things keep coming across the mind that you think shouldn't. So just be aware of what's going on around this whole experience. Thoughts, the type of thoughts that come through and along and around, how dominant they are or how background they are, and the feeling presence in the body, and how that links with the mind. We're complex creatures. So just settling and seeing what you notice about your experience. And even notice if you want to be here. Would you rather be somewhere else? So it's very difficult to be present if we want to be somewhere else. Our attention is being dragged to the future usually, or maybe looking back at something that we're really pleased about or really unhappy about. So can we allow that to just go to background? Can we have that intention that we can sometimes bring things to foreground and sometimes release things to background? So sometimes that will be really easy, sometimes that will be a bit tricky, and sometimes that will be just impossible. Yeah, so the bigger the emotion, the bigger the um, series of thoughts that come into our head, the more difficult or the less available we are. So being honest, and if this is an overwhelmed time, just too much going on, then maybe step away and do something different and come back when you're ready. So you can be available, you can be present, you can be awake, you can be interested enough in your own well-being. So the exercise is to allow just some of those thoughts to come in. So we're allowing them in order to know who we are, where we are, and what we need. So just notice where your thoughts are, your feelings are. And without getting into that story of unraveling, it's because it's this, it's that, it's the other, just see if you can just identify maybe a word or two. So it might be, I'm tired. It might be, I'm calm. It might be, I'm confused. So each time, so you're not restricted to one sense or one feeling. That's the openness of this practice. So it might be a layer of confusion, then it might be a layer of tiredness, and then it might be whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to be quiet and just spend a little while just exploring that for yourself and saying the words, if you can, in your head without going into the story. And that can sit around the breath. So you can be conscious of the breath as you get a deeper recording of how you really are. just witnessing, just observing. And don't worry if things aren't coming, just be available to that. And the phrase I am, and then the sense that comes from the thoughts or a feeling response, or even a mood response. Remembering you're there just to observe the experience. Can it just be an observation? Not overreacting to what you find. Just being interested, witnessing, taking note, not to judge. Okay, so there may be some things that really kind of a stronger presence. It may be you only had one thing that was quite dominant. It may be as you sat, a number of things came through to you. So the second phase of two, if you wish to explore as a result of what you've witnessed, without judgment as much as possible, asking yourself what you might need, what you might need now in the moment, what you might need as the day goes on or week goes on. Or it might be something a little vaguer that you just need to explore a little bit that you could do over time. And again, there may not be a response, so just listening in. What do I need? Might be one thing, might be a number of things. No need to worry if things aren't coming. Just being available. Okay, so back to the body, the sense of the body. Back to the breath, filling the body, the torso. Having a sense of the energy in the body. Where it's feeling light in the body, spacious in the body. And moving fingers and toes, maybe letting the head just rock or roll slightly if that's safe, to move the neck a little bit, move the shoulders a little bit. Open the eyes, get a sense of the space around you. And if there was anything useful there, you might want to jot it down. So you may want to jot down things that you experienced or things that you need. And it may then bring that intention to your day. Or it may be something just to, you've done it, you've tried it, it was of some interest, but that's not kind of where you are or what you find useful right now. So thank you, and I will see you, some of you at least, on Wednesday 17th. Thank you and take care. Bye for now.